Hello guys and girls, and welcome back to a brand new video today for a brand new video for Tranmere Rovers. I'm going to do my players that I think should sign for Tranmere Rovers for next season, for 2023-2024 season. These are the players who are out of contract, and one of them I don't think is out of contract, so we're going to talk about that in this video. So going into my first player, and it is this player is named Ben Hinchcliffe, who plays for Stockport County. He has been a great asset to Stockport County, honestly, from them doing really well, obviously in the National League, and then obviously getting to League 2, and obviously getting to the playoff final. And honestly, I thought they deserved the credit so much, especially the goalkeeper, because when they beat Salford in penalty shootout in the semi-finals, doing real well to get there, and then obviously getting to the final again, and obviously getting beat by Carlisle. Honestly, it was a tough game for them, and obviously it was a big game, and obviously I just think Ben Hinchcliffe would be a perfect keeper for Tranmere Rovers next season, because from what I've seen of him, he's a great goalie. Honestly, when I think it was Kieran Morris had a great chance against Stockport, and obviously for him to make a great save, it was just a remarkable save from him, and obviously for them to win the game against Tranmere Rovers, honestly it was a good result for them. But I think for Tranmere Rovers, they need a good keeper in goal for next season if we want to be where we want to be next season in the top 7. So for me, I think he'd be a good keeper. He's played about 276 times for Stockport County, which is remarkable. He signed in 2016, which is fantastic for them, obviously, to be where they want to be now, which is possibly going for another chance to get to League One next season. So that is my first one, and that is Ben Hinchcliffe, who is 35 years old. So going into my next one, and that is next one for me is Abu Toure. Abu Toure is a Salford City player who is aged 28, who plays for Salford City. He's a left back. He's really good for them. In my opinion, I think he's probably one of their best players for Salford, who is out of contract now. But for me, I think he'd be a good fit for Tranmere if we can get a left back in, depending if Bristol is going to be staying at Tranmere next season. But maybe if we can bring him in as well, I think it'd be good for positions next season for Tranmere Rovers. Other than that, with Abu Toure, honestly, I think he's had a great season, obviously for Salford, obviously for getting them to the playoffs. Other than that, I think he's been really good in the games, especially at home for Salford. But when we played them last season at Prenton Park, he did get a sending off for them. So honestly, from me watching him, he's a good player. He's from Liverpool, which is a good thing, because he might want to come back to where he started his things. Obviously, I think he was at Everton. So I think it'd be a good move if we can bring him in and get him playing next season, which would be exciting. So that is my number 2. Going into my number 3 now is Christian Dennis, who plays for Carlisle United. He's had a great season for them this season, honestly, for Carlisle to get promoted to League One for next season. They've obviously had to win the playoffs and to win the playoff final, which is fantastic for them to win on penalties. Obviously, Christian Dennis is a great penalty taker, scores goals. He has scored against Tranmere Rovers last season as well, which we don't really talk about because he scored against us. But for me, from what I've seen of him, he's a good player. He's the age 33, but he's scoring goals for fun. He's played 57 times for Carlisle and scored 21 goals. So that is not too bad. But for me, I think it would be a good fit for him next season. I know people moan about because of the age and how old they are, but for me, I think it'd be a good move for Tranmere if we can bring him in, which would be fantastic. So yeah, obviously with him, obviously he's been at the likes of Macclesfield for quite a few seasons. He's been there for quite long, but he went to Carlisle and he's actually done well for them. So yeah, and he's out of contract as well. So that'd be a good move to get him in for next season. Going into my next one is So my next one is Danny Lloyd, who is aged 31, former Tranmere Rovers player in 2020 till 2021. He did score about 10 goals for us and played 31 times for Tranmere Rovers. In my opinion, I think he was a quality player for us. If we can get him back, I'd be more buzzing with that. If we can bring him back to Tranmere Rovers, where he came in 2020 till 2021, but obviously he does play for Rochdale at the moment, unless he's going to sign a new contract for them. I don't know. Obviously he's out of contract as well. So with him obviously scoring about 6 goals for Rochdale this season, he's been a great player for them, and obviously to keep them scoring goals, obviously he's done well. He's played 24 times for them this season as well. So I think it could be a good move if we can bring him back to Prenton Park next season. I'll be really happy if we can do that. So I just hope things happen like that for next season, which will be really good. So gonna go into my last 3 now. So, and that person is So my third third one from last is going to be Luke Armstrong. Luke Armstrong is a player who has scored 16 goals this season for Harrogate. Well, last season it was. For me, I think he's a great player, and obviously he's got great potential. He's the age of 28 as well, but for me, I think he'd be a perfect signing for Tranmere. This is a player that is not out of contract, but for me, I think if we can bring him in, I think he'd be fantastic because he will score goals, and that's what he does. From his time at Harrogate, he's played 91 times with 28 goals. For me, I think it's okay, but it could be better. But for me, I think it could be a good move for him next season because the age he is only 28. So obviously the Harrogate fans love him at the game, at the team, in their team as well. So yeah, obviously he's played for the likes of Salford, Hartlepool, and that, which could be good to bring him to Prenton Park next season, which would be fantastic. So we just need to see what will happen for next season. But for me, I'll be happy if we can bring him in. So going into my last 2 now is So this is another striker who is out of contract. It's Harry Smith. Harry Smith is a player that has been playing for Leyton Orient this season. Obviously, Leyton Orient did win the league from League Two, which is fantastic for them. Obviously, for their team, they've got a good team and everything. They deserve to go up because they've been quality this season. Other than that, Harry Smith has been at Leyton Orient since 2021 with only scoring 13 goals out 13 goals since he's been there, and obviously he's been playing on loan at Barnet, and he's scored 7 goals out. He scored 7 goals out of 7 goals out of 11, which is fantastic. So, in my opinion, I think it could be a good move for him if we can get him in. But for me, I think it could be a quality move because he's still 20. He's 28. Most of the players that I've said are 28, but I just think it could be a good move for him. So if it happens, we could get him. Obviously, he's been on Tranmere's list for a few years now. So if we can bring him in, I think I'll be happy. We just need to see what will happen next. Excuse me. So going into my last one now. So going into my last one now is a player called Max Dyche, who is related to Sean Dyche. Max Dyche plays for Northampton Town. They also did get promoted at Tranmere Rovers last season. From what I've seen of Max Dyche, I thought he's been incredible for them this season. Obviously, he's only 20 years old and he's been there since 2020. But for the team that he's played for, he's been really good. And from what I've seen of him, he looks strong. He looks like he wants the ball when other players have it. And obviously, to be the player, you have to get through the defence. I thought he was really good when he played against Tranmere last season. So I think it could be a good move for him. Obviously, because he's related to Sean Dyche, which is his dad. So I'd be happy if we could bring him in. Obviously, because he's out of contract at the end of the season, which is good. But we just need to see what will happen in the summer. If we can bring someone in like that, I think it'd be real good. So going into Tranmere Rovers, we need some good players into next season, especially if we want to be where we want to be, which is in the top 7. I think this season is going to be a tough year for Tranmere Rovers. If we can get some good results and get some good players in, I'll be happy. But we need to see where it will go from there. And yeah, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. So please like and subscribe if you are new. I'll see you guys in a bit. And otherwise, super on me. Please remember to like and subscribe.